Let's return to our sales tracker from earlier in the course. We can improve this sales tracker's workflow. As of right now, to add up in the monthly sales row and the total sales column, we have multiple plus operators that add up everything for us. This is a perfect example of where an Excel function would come in handy. We wouldn't have to write out all of these plus signs. It could do it all for us. The function we would want to use is the sum function, but before we do that, let's first delete all of these values so we have some space to work. Okay, to use the sum function, simply type equals sum, and Excel gives us a definition of the function. It says adds all the numbers in a range of cells. Then, when we open our parentheses, Excel switches from having the function definition to letting you know the arguments that go into that function. Here, Excel requires a single numerical argument and then a second optional argument. And then the ellipses at the end means that it can take any number of this last argument, number 2. Okay, as you're getting started with Excel, this might not be descriptive enough. You can get an in-depth description of the function you are trying to use by clicking this FX button or the Insert Function button. When you open this, it actually gives you an in-depth description of the function here, and then lets you know the argument that goes in each. And it also gives you an in-depth description of each of the arguments, along with a link to Microsoft's documentation down here. Okay, we want to sum on the range C4 to D4, so we can do it right from this Insert Function window by clicking, holding Shift, and clicking over to where we want to highlight to. Then I click OK or hit Enter, and now Excel has properly summed my cells. I'm going to use the fill handle to go ahead and drag it down. Since I know how this function works, I can now sum it without using the Insert Function dialog. I can just type equals sum and then make the cell references of the cells that I want to sum. Close the parentheses, hit Enter, and Excel properly does it for us. Now, we could copy and paste the formula rightward or use the fill handle to drag it to the right. Okay, now that we've learned how to use the sum function, I actually want to teach you a faster way to do this. Let's go ahead and delete our sum functions for now. Excel has an AUTOSUM feature, which automates the task of inserting a sum function. To use the AUTOSUM feature, start by hovering the cell or cells that you want to sum. Then go to the Formulas tab of the ribbon, and then click on AUTOSUM, and then choose Sum. Excel will now ask me if this is the range that I intend to sum, and it looks good to me, so I hit Enter. You can perform the AUTOSUM function on an entire range of cells. Just highlight the rows that you want to AUTOSUM, then once again go to the Formulas tab of the ribbon, go to AUTOSUM, and then choose Sum. Clicking in to check each of these sums, it looks like Excel chose the right range for us. Now, for the bottom row here, I'm going to show you the shortcut to AUTOSUM. The shortcut is Alt =, and we can see that Excel has automatically inserted the sums for us. When I check the work Excel has done, it looks like it has also chosen the correct ranges, so this looks good to me.